What's up, Amazon sellers? Are you having a hard time finding products to resell on Amazon USA as a beginner? Well, do not worry, because today I'm going to share with you my 7 top stores that I found when I first started selling on Amazon USA just a couple of months ago. So stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I've been selling on Amazon now for 4 years, predominantly within the UK, but recently within the USA. Now in this video, like all other videos, I share information about selling on Amazon and specifically about online arbitrage every single week. Now, if you want to learn more about selling on Amazon, doing the online arbitrage business model, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. It's just going to notify you everything that I'm learning on my journey. And recently, we've just done 1 million in the UK over the last 12 months, but also hope to replicate that in the USA, and I share it on this channel. So hit that subscribe button. It's going to help you out. But hey, enough about me. What are we going to go through today? Let's give you a quick rundown. First things first, number 1, I'm going to talk about why I'm making this video. Number 2, I'm going to talk about why it's important to obviously look at these types of stores. Number 3, I'm going to talk about where I'm actually going to get this information from, and I alluded to it earlier. Number 4, I'm actually going to give you the 7 top stores for online arbitrage USA beginners. And then finally, number 5, I'm going to share some top tips and tricks with you that are going to really help you out and something that I learned for myself from experience. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, why are we doing this? Well, look, quite simply, you might know that I've been selling on Amazon for the past 4 years in the UK marketplace. And in the past 12 months, my God, I've been through many problems. You know, losses at times, restock limits, and many other problems, even with like VAs, teams, Amazon suspending accounts and not being able to get my money out. But you know what, after even all of that, that has not stopped me from, fulfilling our goal, going for my dreams, which is what I'm really proud of. And it's to say that we finally achieved our goal of achieving £1 million, about 1.4 million US, in a 12 or 18 month period, but we actually did it in 12. So oh my God, I was excited about that. Now, this wouldn't be possible without having the best team around me and the people to support me. Now, following on from our achievements within the UK, that inspired us to move over and start to build another business in the USA, doing the marketplace there. Now, applying what we learned in the UK, and that is going to help us, certainly provide results when we move over into the USA about doing that journey. So our journey doesn't end just in the UK, we're certainly continuing that. Now, you might be asking, what's in it for you? Well, look, in FastTrackFBA, one of our goals is to help other Amazon sellers just like you to achieve what you are doing. And we do that by sharing with you our learnings from our own Amazon selling journey to support you in what we're learning about reselling on the Amazon marketplace. So this is what we do, and we give back value to the community because, my God, so many people helped me when I first started. Right, quick question for you guys. Are you struggling to find products to resell on Amazon as a beginner? If you are, let me know in the comments down below. Tell me if maybe your sourcing is going well, let me know if it's going well, or hey, if it's bad, let me know with a bad down below. I'm always interested to know. Now that leads me nicely onto chapter number 2. Why is this important? Well, look, first things first, the stores that I'm going to be mentioning later on are going to be helpful for you. This is going to serve as a guide to help you find products and also categories that you can actually sell in on Amazon. Considering as a new seller on Amazon, you're going to be gated in so many categories. Now, the information we're going to be sharing with you is based on our own experience selling on the Amazon USA marketplace, and hopefully you can learn from us what we learned going through that journey quite recently in the last couple of months that's going to support you going through it. Now, there are so many categories that we were gated in at the beginning, and it was super hard for me and my team to locate products where we could buy and resell that we were not gated in. It took us almost 3 months before we could get access to being ungated to other categories, and that is doing the automatic ungating process, not doing it through wholesaler invoices. But now, after finding deals, getting sales up, and I think we've done about 10,000 now, quite simply, we are now getting automatically ungated across many categories. We first started seeing the automatic ungating about $5,000 in revenue, but now we've obviously extended that. So Doing this process and by using the right suppliers, what you can do is increase your sales and then get yourself ungated using the automatic ungating method, not having to worry about getting invoices and buying products from retail or wholesalers, which are just not going to be profitable. Now, a good example of this, and I'll drop a screen share around here. This is quite a recent one actually. We wanted to sell a product in the gaming power supply, and quite simply, we clicked the ungate button, and you know what? Amazon ungated us. So you can see around here how this went through. And quite simply, our tool, FBA multi-tool, just said, yeah, you can now sell it. And that's because we've got enough revenue, we're doing enough sales, and our attempt to ungate was successful. So super happy about that. It means we can now find and sell more products. Now, one of the top things I'd recommend for you is obviously you're probably already going out there looking for stores to source from, and you probably have some stores which work for you. Make sure you build a list of them and you're going back checking them all the time. And obviously the stores that I'm going to mention later on in this video, add these stores to that list, check them out, it's going to really help you. I say it time and time again in all my videos, we're here to make money, so speeding up your processes can really help you grow your Amazon business. Now, this leads me nicely onto chapter number 3, where are we getting this information from? So what I've mentioned previously, all this information we are now is based on our own experience selling on Amazon, just getting started just a couple of months ago. So what we've done in this process is we have basically been recording all of the names of the stores and all the information we buy in what's known as the FastTrackFBA Ultimate Sourcing Sheet. That's the sheet I created, which really just manages all of the information on our purchases. Now, not only that, it speeds up our workflow so we can upload multiple listings at the same time, no longer having to do one at a time, but also as well, skips the hazmat check. It makes it super fast, but also as well, it allows us to create shipments very efficiently, and it gives us data insights into which stores are working for us, but also even understands the 80-20 principle, which stores are giving us the most amount of deals, which is where we're getting this information from now, but also which stores maybe aren't working. We can even look at profitability per store and even profitability per sourcing methodology. And even with VAs, where I have a team of VAs right now, we can track individual profitability per VA and understand forecasting, i.e. what they expect to make and what they actually made in profit, and obviously the value they add to our business. If you are interested and want to know more about how the USS can save you time, I'll drop a link to a video up here. Now, the stores we're mentioning today is not something that we've made up, but it is the actual stores that we have purchased products from to resell on Amazon, which have been our most successful stores to find the most number of deals. And I'm sharing it with you today because, you know what, we are ungated so many other stores, but hopefully these stores are going to help you just find more deals to get selling. So let's jump into it now. That leads me nicely onto chapter number 4, the 7 top stores for Amazon Arbitrage USA beginners. Let's jump into it now. Okay, so the first store, number 1 that I'm going to mention is one that we all know, and that is called Walmart. Now, quite simply, it's probably the biggest retailer in the US, I think it is, and it sells everything. Now, this could be like, grocery, patio supplies, toys and games, etc. But there are going to be certain categories that only you can sell, obviously as a new seller. Now, one thing I will say is Walmart is massive. Now, whether it be Walmart or any of the other suppliers that I'm going to come through, I'd really recommend you just take note of these categories that are going to support you in finding products which you are likely to be able to resell. And again, this is based off my own data from what we sold. So if I run through it now, quite simply, we're going to be looking at health and household. They're generally a lot of products we found that we can sell in that category. There are some in beauty and personal care. It sounds a bit crazy, but there are. Also as well, sports and outdoor, patio, lawn and garden. We've got also pet supplies, one that we had a good success with, tools and home improvement, and groceries. Now, groceries is technically a gated one, but there are certain products you can sell as well. So there's those kind of top categories you might want to look at in Walmart. Is going to just guide you to the areas that you should be thinking about, or the products you should be thinking about as a new seller. Things like toys and games, they're going to be gated, so just don't bother to start off with. So Walmart is number 1. That is our top supplier. Generally speaking, top tip for you, they only allow 12 at a time, but you can put through multiple orders. And if they get cancelled, you can go through again. Don't worry about that. Now, another top tip I think I like about Walmart is because of the sheer size of it, you can generally replenish the items, which is amazing. So obviously you can do that and just keep buying and buying these products again. But also be mindful of the fact that a lot of other third-party sellers are using Walmart, so that is going to have an impact. Now, one thing you need to be careful with Walmart is the fact that they do actually have what's known as a third-party seller program. So they have what's known as like a marketplace. And whenever you're looking to buy a product from Walmart, do always check where it says sold and shipped, who it's sold and shipped by, because there are third-party sellers on the Walmart platform, and you just want to make sure that you are only buying from Walmart, not a third-party seller. That's super important. So only buy from Walmart direct, not third-party sellers on that. Now, this leads me nicely onto my second store, which is Weight Watchers. Now, it might sound a bit crazy, but interestingly enough, Weight Watchers has actually given us quite a lot of deals, which has given a lot of revenue for us as a business, and obviously given us the opportunity to resell products. Now, you can look at the Weight Watchers website, and they do everything from like, it's food to books to even like Weight Watchers products like scales, for example. They do so much. Now, obviously you can find deals on here, and we found quite a lot of them. And again, like I said, they have actually given us a lot of, products to resell, which has given us a lot of revenue. Now, one thing which I will just mention is in the past, I need to be very careful about this, is that about 3 years ago, 2018, there was a report on Amazon Seller Central Forums of Weight Watchers doing what's known as an IP, intellectual property complaint, which is like a red flag on your account. Now, what I do generally whenever I see this is I kind of say, okay, I've seen the red flag, let's have a look at the listing. Are we seeing lots of other sellers on multiple listings across the Weight Watchers range? And recently, and I've seen a lot of other sellers across them. So for me personally, I felt that right now, maybe in the last 2 years, they're not doing IP complaints, but 3 years ago they did. So just be aware, you should be fine, because right now there are a lot of other sellers and we're not seeing evidence of them raising IP complaints. But it doesn't mean that you might not get one. Just because they're not doing it right now doesn't mean they won't do it in future. Now, what I will say is if you want to know more about IP complaints, what I'll do is I'll drop a link above to a video I created called What is an IP Complaint and how you can respond to them. So check that out. Now, also, I'd also recommend always check the Keeper graph to see if Amazon's on the listing, and with some of the Weight Watchers listings they are, and I'm just not interested in that. I don't want to compete versus Amazon because I'm a new seller and I don't have the buy box, the good metrics, i.e. review count, selling history, to compete versus Amazon. Just really hard. Now, the other one which I will mention is they do limit Weight Watchers the amount you can order, but you can place multiple orders with the website. It really does help. Now, the third store that we source from is a store called Sally Beauty. Now, Sally Beauty is generally a beauty supplies, and the one thing I really like about that is they generally have a sale on, so you can always get a great product at a great price. They also have cash back on top of that as well, which I really like as well. In addition to promo codes, so you can always get like free shipping, you can always save money on this. There is a great option. Now, the one thing which I will say is just with Sally Beauty is don't go too crazy on ordering too higher volumes. Why? Because they have a tendency to cancel orders. So like 1 order a day, that really worked for me. That's something that I found worked. When I tried to put in high value orders, like let's call it 10, 15s, they were canceling. If I put in 3s or 4s, they were generally okay, but I had to space them out. Now, the one thing I will say is if you are finding you're getting a lot of cancelled orders, it might be some other reasons other than just creating big, should we say, too large a shipment or buying too much. But there are quite a few other things which I also learned in that journey. But what I'll do is I'll drop a link up here to a video I created called 3 reasons why the supplier is cancelling your orders. Trust me, I share some top tips in there about even like problems with cards, prep centers, and how I got around them to solutions that are going to help you out. So check that video out. Now, the fourth store which I'm moving on to, I'm talking about, is called Blick Art. Now, Blick Art is a massive art supplier. I think they have something like 90,000 products, which is absolutely huge. Now, the one thing I like about the store is that generally they don't cancel orders. And I've placed some pretty high value, high stock orders, and they just let them go through. So there's no problem there about getting orders canceled. Just make sure you can find the products whereby they are going to make you profit, and obviously you are ungated in on Amazon. Now, the one thing which I will say about Blickr is a lot of the good products generally do go out of stock quite quickly. So you just got to keep on top of them because their stock levels do run out quick because people can order large volumes. So make sure you're on top of it and also rechecking for out of stock items when they come back in. Now, the fifth store I'm going to recommend for you guys is looking at Hobby Lobby. Now, this is very much similar to the previous store I mentioned, but Hobby Lobby is a retail store, which is a chain of arts and crafts. And this is just going to support you in, should we say, things like getting those deals that are really going to work. Things like home decor, seasonal products, you can really get from them as well. We've had some great success. Now, what I will say, I do like them. They are cheap products, and obviously you can get some good profits on them. But again, just making sure that you can find those products which you can sell on Amazon is going to help. Now, one thing I will say about Hobby Lobby is sometimes their website is a bit slow, which is a bit of a pain. But if you can get over that, you're probably going to find some good deals, which is going to just work for you and obviously you can buy. Now, they do sometimes have like additional fees, such as like shipping and prep fees, or shipping fees, not prep fees, which can be quite frustrating. So make sure you go all the way through to checkout before you actually start doing your analysis. So don't just do it on the list price, put like, I don't know, 10, 20 in a basket and get to checkout and then add that shipping fee in, because sometimes that can ruin you. And for us, that was a bit of a pain. Now, the sixth store, which I'm going to talk about for you guys, is a store called Harbor Freight. Now, Harbor Freight is a privately held discount tool and equipment retailer. I think they've got something like 7,000 tools. But generally, it's not so much the tools, it's all the weird little component parts, like this add-on or this like replacement part. It's those parts which we found really great success in. So have a look at those. That's going to be really helpful. And they were things like tools which were just ungated in. So that was really super helpful. Again, like the previous website, their website can be a bit slow. So do just check that out. But if you can get over that, that's going to really help you out. And again, exactly the same like the previous website, they do have miscellaneous fees, like just shipping. So make sure you put some products in a basket, go all the way through and get the final price, including shipping, and then do your calculations off that, not just the price you see. So check that out. Now, the seventh and final store is one store that I really like, but I do have trouble sometimes purchasing, but I'm going to share it with you because, my God, the profits on it are amazing. It's the Country Life Vitamin store. Now, this store offers natural and healthy products like vitamins. And the one thing that I really like about this store is, my God, that profit and ROI is just incredible. Now, the thing about that is not only that, they actually have great sales rank as well. So based on our sourcing criteria, we were just seeing good profit ROI and insane sales. So check that out. One of the things that I will say is we had real problems to get some orders through. So you've just got to be patient with their website. But if you can get them through, my God, you're going to do really well. And a lot of their products are ungated, so there's no problem with them. So check your payments, check that reasons. There's 3 reasons why suppliers are canceling. Check your orders. Just try and get the orders going. It's going to have such a big impact because you can get great volumes with them, i.e. doing it. So a good example for us would be like maybe 1 out of 3 orders we had processed, 2 out of 3 were being cancelled, which was a real pain. Right, quick thing for you guys, looking at new suppliers. These suppliers are great, and trust me, we found some great deals with them as well. But what I'm going to say to you is it's still super time consuming, super hard, and my God, it's taken me a long time. We talk about 3 months non-stop of hard work doing this. So if you want a bit of a shortcut and you want a top tip from me, have a look at FastTrackFBA leads. Why do I say this? Because we've got a team of VAs sourcing 7 days a week, USA and UK. And what they're doing, they're looking for all these stores and other stores that we've learned since as well. And you know what? They find all the deals, they put them onto our web platform, and you can come in and browse them. Not only can you browse them, but you can filter them for ungated deals, which are great for new sellers like yourself. And as a result, you can review the stats, profit, ROI, competition, sales estimation, and then unlock them. And then you can go through to the supplier, buy the product, and then obviously ship it to Amazon and make the profits. Now for us, we are finding deals 7 days a week and obviously looking for all these opportunities that maybe you are missing. It's just speeding up your workflow, speeding up your time. It's helping you to get to where your results are in your Amazon business quicker. If you are interested and want to know more, have a look at the link down below, FastTrackFBA leads. That will really help you out and obviously speed up your Amazon game. Trust me, I think you're going to love it. Right, that leads me nicely on to chapter number 5, top tips when sourcing from these 7 stores, and hey, maybe more. Like I said earlier, and I'll say it again, always check the prices because it does change from time to time, and we've seen that non-stop. Number 2, I'd really recommend checking a product if it has an IP issue. Now we do this with the FastTrackFBA brand checker, and I'll drop a link down below. And this is in order to avoid getting things like IP complaints on your Amazon Seller Central account. If you get too many of them, you will get suspended. So just be very careful about that. Number 3, if you are getting cancelled orders from the stores mentioned, then move on to another store. My God, like don't waste your time. It's just not worth it. But also check out that video I mentioned earlier. Number 4, make sure you are building a list of stores where you are finding top deals. This is super important because it's just going to speed up your processes. It's going to make sure you're not going back to stores which are not working and making the same mistake over and over again. Now we've shared with you our first month was super challenging, and obviously we just got ungated in the home improvements and health supply and supplements categories as well. But there are so many other categories to get ungated in as new sellers. It does take time, it can happen, but you just got to get enough volume in order to be doing enough of the sales to make the automatic ungating work. Now, what I will say is after knowing these top 7 stores for the Amazon online arbitrage within the USA, you might want to consider improving your sourcing techniques. So what I'll do is I'm going to drop a link to a playlist I created around here called Sourcing 101, which is all the top sourcing methodologies I've learned over my 4 years of selling on Amazon. Check that out. I think you're really going to like it. It's going to up your game. But what I will say is hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, give me a good thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. But from me, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.